Recorded live from the Maddie Johnson podcast studio at GOT Sound Studio in Columbia, South Carolina. This is the All About Nothing podcast. The views expressed on this program are the opinions of the host. Some content and subject matter may not be appropriate. Listener discretion is advised. Listeners are encouraged to follow the show at theallaboutnothing.com for links to social media and more. Listeners can call the show at 803-672-0533. Thank you for listening.
All right, welcome back. Hello, welcome. The All About Nothing podcast. I am Bear Gruber, joined by my co-host Trent Clark and Zach King. Welcome, fellas.
We are back.
And the man who needs no introduction but insists on it.
Barry Gruber.
You wrote
AKA
that one, huh?
DJ Fuzzy Nuts.
Thanks.
Fuzzy Nuts.
I appreciate that. Hey, I wanted to open with a Chris Rock, Will Smith joke.
Oh, man. Already?
Real quick. Oh, too soon? Let me see if I can do this right. What did... I seem to have an issue with my...
What did the five fingers say to the face?
What did Chris Rock find on his face Monday morning? Fresh Prince.
Oh, God. Where was that during your fucking dad joke?
Or maybe a will and testament?
If he had smacked him with something else, I think we could have gone with that. A will and testicle.
Someone definitely shared the Rick James from Chappelle's show. He's like, darkness! Unity!
Fuck you, Chris Rock.
Fuck your couch.
All on your couch. Hey, Charlie Murphy will be proud.
I do.
Charlie Murphy be like, hell yeah, Will.
Yeah, probably would have been.
Hell yeah.
I realized there's a good possibility none of us put that down as something we were going to discuss today.
Oh, no.
So I figured we'd open with that.
Will Smith assaulting another A-list celebrity? Had not had that on my bingo card.
Yeah. No? Like your Will Smith assault bingo card did not have Chris Rock on it?
My bingo card for March 2022 did not have celebrity assault. They don't act up in public much anymore because people have cameras. When you knowingly have a camera on you and you still did something crazy?
Yeah, that's a fact. In case you live under a rock and you have not seen it or heard it, I'm gonna play the audio from it because I feel like it's absolutely appropriate just to go ahead.
It's really good. You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated.
This was a good joke.
Now, if she loses, he can't win.
It's a good joke.
He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
I didn't see what a problem with that joke was.
It was good.
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here.
Here we go.
Richard. Oh, wow.
This is the part where
Will
I feel
Smith
like
just smacked the shit out of me.
It got dark.
It became a little unhinged.
This is where it got dark.
Oh, no. Fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
He would not have survived if Don Rickles was there.
Yeah. No, that was, and honestly, I think Chris Rock was, okay, he hit him. And then I feel like Chris Rock was like, all right, we're done with this. That was the joke. The joke carried. People laughed. Will laughed. Jada kind of laughed.
I don't know. She Stone Cold had that.
I can't believe he just said that face.
People know my struggle. And then, so my belief, and I realize people are going to disagree. I think it was staged.
I don't.
I still feel like it was staged.
That might be one of my topics.
Oh shit! Well,
when he mentioned it to me earlier, I was like, "That's a conspiracy."
It's in there.
My whole thing is like I don't think anybody would have wanted that. It's not wasn't a good look, man.
Conspiracy.
Because
we bet
that's Chris Rock's job. That's comedians' jobs at these award show to just rail on people.
Yeah,
and that was pretty low. Like not that hard of a joke.
It really wasn't.
And G.I. Jane was a badass, so calm down.
And not only that, but G.I. Jane, referencing G.I. Jane from like 1998. You're talking 24 years ago.
Yeah.
Was this movie?
He had the role what he should have said. He should have said the girl from Wakanda.
That's fair.
No one remembers her name though. I just remember her as Michonne.
Yeah, I just know it was Michonne.
Be like, Jada, Black Panther 3 or 2.
Dude,
I got you.
Oh my God! If he just looked at her and said "Wakanda forever," Jada, I hear you.
Yes.
Done.
Yeah.
That's a great joke.
Dude,
I think
that would have been.
would he gotten slapped over?
But look, that's not his joke though. We found out it's not his joke.
He didn't write that joke?
It was a writer.
A writer wrote that joke.
Yes.
Oh, so that guy's like tearing up and deleting hard drive information.
Oh man, like, bro, you just
He's pulling a Donald Trump on his phone records.
Oh God,
going
yeah,
on.
he's in there flushing the
them
toilet.
down, boy. God.
He's
But
like,
yeah.
I'm trying to flush my iPhone right now.
That's
I listened to Andrew Schultz, and yeah, that's what they're saying. It's a writer.
Oh,
it was
really?
a writer's
Yeah.
joke. Well,
Writer.
that tracks as well.
That makes
Andrew
sense though.
Schultz is that comedian?
Yes, he is a comedian.
He's funny. I like
on
him.
YouTube. But you
You want to talk about a guy? You let that guy host the Oscars. He's roasting fucking everyone.
yeah.
I'm
Oh, yeah, he
talking
went
about,
crazy.
Like
I agree.
X-rated, just
He went crazy. I'm gonna show y'all what he went crazy on.
Okay. Well, so my opinion is it was staged, and the reason I think that is because I think then Will Smith went on to win the Oscar, and then he got up there and he cried a lot. Like,
Well, he played the hero victim line, which was really weird. You're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck are you doing?
yeah,
I'm sorry, Richard. I think my character would have done this, and I don't know. The car ran good.
Hey, hold on,
All right,
hold on. Okay. If we're being 100% real,
yeah.
let's think about this. Let me take glasses off so y'all can understand what I'm saying.
Is that so we can see your eyes?
Heath Ledger died from what?
Overdose.
Becoming the character.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it was because of the
Will
overdose.
Smith could have still been in character.
Which, by the way,
For
goes,
like 2 years, they
which by,
filmed
It happens.
By the way, that goes along with my joke. How do stars die? Usually an overdose.
Well, and by the way, Heath Ledger made another movie after the Joker.
I'm gonna give myself a laugh.
He
on
made
that.
something Emporium of the Dr. Manias, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
With Jude Law and whatever. He died from overtaking sleeping pills. It wasn't it was an accidental overdose. He was stretching himself way too thin doing the shit he was doing. But I'm with you. I could see where like a role takes you over, but they filmed that a while ago, especially with the pandemic.
But I think you haven't had work since that role.
Yeah, but
Really?
then Daniel Day-Lewis isn't showing up as Abraham Lincoln still anywhere.
I mean,
Have you been to Ireland?
yeah.
You
To go
just-
see him?
I definitely think who is it? Mel Gibson still thinks he's
the guy from the Patriot
Briggs?
or Lethal Weapon.
yes, Lethal Weapon. Yes.
Could you imagine running around in the forest?
What's
of
his name?
South Carolina?
Rains?
Yeah, Rains.
Or he thinks he's Max Wachowski or whatever the hell.
Yeah, or Roadhouse. No, that was was it
Road
Roadhouse?
Warrior.
Samuel L. Jackson definitely never get off that plane. He's still that motherfucker on that plane. All right.
Samuel Jackson is Samuel Jackson. Even when he played Mace Windu, he's like, I need a purple lightsaber, and I'm fucking motherfucking Jedi.
Facts. Hey,
You think he wrote his own script?
fuck yeah, he picked his own color.
There's
possible.
literally a video where he's having to convince George Lucas to let him have a purple lightsaber.
Facts, and it happened.
Really?
Yes,
I
seen that same video.
That's crazy.
He's like, well, the red guys have blue and green, and the bad guys have red. And he's like, I want purple. Like he's like,
All right.
well, we might be able to make that happen.
That's
Damn
fair.
right, you gonna make it happen.
That's fair.
Can I call you Sam? No. All right then.
Well, so this week we're going to do something similar to what we did last week, where we picked some topics out of a hat. But this time, the three of us actually wrote down 2 topics apiece, and what we're going to do is we're going to pick anywhere between 4 and 5 of them as we go through the show. So, Trent, do you want to pick the first one?
Can I just pick mine?
No. All right, you do that. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Democratic process.
All right,
Sorry.
I'll pick the first one, and we have a real magic hat.
You do have him. Where'd you get that?
I don't know, a magic store. All right, so the first one I picked is wait, what's in the water?
Okay.
This is Zach's.
Yeah.
Zach's.
So this is disgusting.
Okay. What you got for me, man?
A specialist in biology. This is from IFL, aka I fucking love science.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
IFL.
Geek.
What'd you say? ILF?
IFL.
Oh, give him a plug.
IFL science. I fucking love science. So a specialist in biological and chemical warfare has explained why he believes you should never get in a Las Vegas pool, and it's a roller coaster.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
He might be
So-
on to something because I remember my times in the Las Vegas pool.
You been in one?
Yes,
You're gonna want to go take a shower now. When
that makes sense.
so his name is Dan Casita. I hope I'm saying that right. He began his career as a chemical officer in the U.S. Army. Then he became a defense contractor working in the Pentagon on chemical and biological proliferation issues. His career spans historical research for the USA's decommissioned chemical and biological weapons programs to training on live nerve agents. So,
no. I don't like
he
where
knows
this
his
is
stuff,
going.
right?
I don't like where this is going.
So his first tweet, and this is basically a tweet story from him, he goes,
Emotional, damn it.
as a specialist in the chemical and biological warfare, take this warning from me, never get in a pool in Las Vegas. Don't even touch the water. I know certain things so that you do not have to. He goes, one day I got a phone call at the White House, and he says he can't remember if it was 98 or 99, but one of the guys from the federal agency needed help and advice. Obviously, the exact words are lost, but it went something like this. Dan, you got to help me. I'm working on this case in Vegas. It's probably nothing, but it could be a bio thing. No one wants any situation to be called, it could be a bio thing. But I need access to a lab, and can we keep this on the down low until we know what the deal is? He said, in this case, I seem to recall the suspect item was a clear liquid. The guy in the field collected some control and background samples, including tap water and some swimming pool water from a major hotel. And this is in Vegas. You can see where this is going.
Yeah.
Please tell me it wasn't MGM Grand.
He doesn't name it because I think they'd sue the shit out of him.
It might be facts, though.
2 days later, I got a phone call in the middle of the night at home from the White House switchboard. The lab is very eager to talk to me. The sample that had one of the finest labs in the country alarmed so much was the control sample of the pool water.
Oh, no.
It was a technical phrase, in quotes, a shop of horrors.
Oh.
So he asked the scientists what was in the sample, and they said it was easier to say what wasn't.
Oh.
Alarming levels of giardia, cryptosporidism, both highly resistant to chlorine, a huge number of metabolites from human urine, fecal matter, human, mammal, and avian. So you have a surf and turf of piss in there, poop in there. Trace amounts of cocaine, ketamine, and several different opiates.
That tracks.
And then he said adenoviruses, a weak immunocratic. Okay. Immunochromatographic hit
Glad I'm not reading that
Tolmeria.
That would have been fucked up.
Campylobacter. So far, so disgusting, but he wasn't done. Being a science guy, he asked the other contacts to collect more samples from other pools for giggles. They all had the same results. He went into the Potomac. He went into the Potomac River water, which is the river right outside of DC.
Right.
And set in it, and it was safer.
Wow.
I wonder what the East River is.
That probably has bodies in it.
Hudson
too.
River, yeah.
Oh, my God.
A few years later, he was back in Vegas, collected a sample, brought it back. By this point, I was working for the U.S. Secret Service, but I still had my contacts with labs. Indeed, lab liaison was part of his job.
Yeah.
He said, well, same shit, different year.
Winner.
Do not even smell the pool.
Yeah.
Like, you will never catch me going to Las
They're
Vegas
so
and getting in
nice.
the pool.
They're so nice.
Did you itch a little when you got out?
We took a shower,
I would take a
but
shower.
I ain't gonna lie. The key was the lazy river.
Which hotel was it?
MGM Grand.
Okay.
You know
that's
what?
fair.
So these were controls for Vegas pools, but
Right.
I'm pretty sure you would get the same natural occurring like fecal matter and urine and shit from most pools. I think you might be less like if you went to a random pool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like if you went to
Anywhere in Myrtle Beach.
yeah, you would probably get still some of the drugs that were in the water.
Oh, I see where you're going.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be like Vegas is like what happens in
Overwhelming.
Vegas.
Why
Vegas.
is there camel poop? Why is there camel poop in water?
Why isn't there camel poop?
He didn't say
It's
camel.
Vegas.
No, I know. I was just thinking.
There was human, other mammal. could be camel. And then avian.
Now,
Camel toes.
That's because honestly, it's probably because of all the birds that Chris Angel guy used. All
Yeah, the
all
birds are
doves that
shitting in the water,
all
too.
The doves, yeah.
This is where we baptize the doves, and they do shit themselves.
But yeah, it's like 100 and something degrees during the summer. You think you're not about to get in that pool in Las
And it
Vegas?
festers.
Not now.
It does fester. No, yeah, there's no way.
Before Trent? Yeah.
Yeah.
I already did it, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to show you the pictures.
Well, since we
It's like green. We're like, Trent, that didn't set off any alarms, the red flags?
well,
Hey, man, we was fucked up.
since we
And my girl was pregnant.
oh no.
God.
Yeah.
Well, since we picked Zach's that time, Trent, you get to pick this time.
Ooh.
If it's mine again.
Into the hat. Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
He felt the ridges.
Oh, he picked his.
All right. I said I was going to get to it, so let's get to it. Chris Rock is currently on tour in Boston. Says he sold more tickets to his shows overnight than he sold in the past months of his regular shows.
That was part of what I figured was probably going to be the case.
But no, I got more.
Okay.
But yeah. What do y'all think about it?
I think it's attributable because he handled it like a champ.
He did handle
He
it very
leaned
well.
in for it.
Well,
If Will Smith is walking up to me,
You think he's
I'm not
gonna
about to
hit
be
you?
like,
oh, I'm turning around and running. I don't want Will Smith to hit me.
I'm not about to lean into him.
Dude, there's no way he thought that he was going to get hit. There's no way he thought
Well,
Will
it
Smith was going
depends.
to
If you're
fucking
operating-
What are you coming up there for?
If you're operating under the assumption that
Who
it was
was-
staged,
maybe he was going to put him in a headlock like I said, keep my name, his name out your fucking mouth. Like,
Nah.
if you operate under the assumption that it was staged,
His wife is watching him.
then I have to believe that Chris Rock was prepared for it, and he recovered very quickly. And I have to assume that if Will Smith hits me in the face, I'm going to take a little bit longer time than.
oh, Will Smith
Chris
hits
Rock.
me in the face. I'm falling down, shitting my pants, and
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about
acting like I'm
Muhammad
having
Ali
a
here.
seizure.
Yeah.
All of it. All of it.
I think it's the craziest thing
He's
ever.
gonna have to make Bad Boys 4, 5, and fucking 6 just to pay me back.
Pay you back. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I still think it was staged.
Okay.
I just have this. I have this feeling because, like he said, Chris Rock and Kevin Hart's ticket sales were off the charts on Monday. Right?
They did apparently make up after the fight too.
Well, yeah.
At the after party.
See, I heard they went to different.
Per
after
P. Diddy.
parties. Yeah, I heard that.
P. Diddy said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I heard they.
And
went
Will
to
Smith
different
was
after
singing
parties.
Getting Jiggy with it.
Yeah, I saw that. You know,
Dancing with his wife in his hand.
He's just rubbing her
Was
head.
Jada? Oh, see,
In his hand. He was holding. It was a
It's
statue.
good luck. Who wants some?
It was a statue. Yeah, he was dancing with Jada.
That was his first.
That's his Jada.
That was his first Oscar, right?
Yeah.
Was it?
He got it for a movie about
I thought 7
Williams
pounds might have gotten
sisters.
him one.
No.
right. He
Yeah.
got it for King Richard, right?
First one.
I think Serena and Venus Williams are amazing, but I don't have an inkling to watch Richard.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Have you?
I haven't seen it yet.
I don't.
People
know
say
that
it's good.
I don't know that it's on my.
But you know,
radar.
the movies that usually win the Oscars, nobody has never seen them.
Yeah, like okay.
That's usually how it goes.
Who did not think that Spider-Man: No Way Home wasn't fantastic? I think it was Oscar.
I texted you the other night that I was rewatching it and I was crying, like tearing up.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Y'all
Yeah,
are very emotional guys. And I respect it, man.
sensitive.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I respect it.
There's movies that can just.
Turn on that nozzle.
Not only did Peter Parker.
I'm not sitting there going like, but
Because you know what's about to
happen.
happen, but you're still crying because you can't stop.
It's really well acted. Like it's like they design these plots that just get you.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
But yeah, I cannot believe that Spider-Man: No Way Home didn't get any sort of nomination. Like at least nominated.
The Speed Force was a very cheerable moment, and I definitely was like, "Oh shit!" in the Snyder cut, because
Yeah.
that's what won.
Yeah.
That was but these were fan votes, right?
Right. Those were.
I don't think the CGI in Spider-Man was any more extraordinary than
No, I
Infinity
agree.
War.
I agree.
I don't know where it would have won anything.
Okay. So this is where it gets to it. Let's get to movies that probably should have. Don't y'all think 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, he should have won an Oscar? Or Eminem, 8 Mile?
I'm not. I can't go. with
8 Mile was up for it, but was Get Rich or Die Trying?
That's what I'm saying. These are the movies I would. I'd
I
be like, yo, these were really well acted.
Get Rich or Die Trying was really, really good.
Or NWA.
good.
Think about NWA.
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
cast should have won for that.
I think that
Best
one,
movie.
That one should have been one.
Yeah, I agree. I
NWA
think
was
they
too good.
At least nominated.
Yes.
I mean, if you're gonna nominate King Richard, then I think
NWA definitely.
And now I'm trying to think. I think the best movie I saw that won an Oscar was Daniel Day-Lewis, but it was There Will Be Blood, which is like my
That was fantastic.
all-time favorite movie.
Really.
Love it.
What is your all-time favorite movie? All time.
Probably Django.
Django Unchained.
That's a good one.
Mine is, and I know this is gonna
And I
sound
think
weird.
that won an Oscar.
I think so.
My favorite movie of all time is The Ghost in the Darkness. Do you know what I'm talking about?
When that come out?
Val Kilmer. Oh, it was like 93, 94. Val
Yeah.
Kilmer.
Yeah, I was 2 around there.
Yeah, Michael Douglas. It's about the 2 lions in Africa that go on a
Never
killing
seen it.
spree. It's fantastic. The Ghost in the Darkness. That's all-time favorite movie. If I see that movie on, I will sit there and watch it.
So there's two real lions going around killing the people?
There were. The two lions are now stuffed and in the Chicago Field Museum.
Daniel Day-Lewis won an Oscar for Best Actor in that.
Gotcha.
That's a fantastic. I have goosebumps right now because that movie uses silence and then sound like in just very dynamic ways and stuff. And
who was the director on that?
Oh, that's a good.
It wasn't Del Toro, was it?
No.
He was No Country for Old Men. That was also a great movie.
Yes.
No Country for Old Men.
Or
Paul Thomas Anderson wrote the script for it, so that makes sense.
If that Western movie that just came out, that black Western movie doesn't win the Oscar, then we got problems.
It's on Netflix.
Can't think about
I did
it.
watch it. It is fantastic. It's really, really good.
And no cussing. They don't call each other the N-word the whole time in the movie. It's like,
I think that's true.
It's the craziest. I'm telling you, it's true.
Yeah.
That he was about to say it, but didn't say it.
I want to look it up.
No, I'm telling you, it's an old Western movie.
It's new.
Yeah,
It's new, but it's fantastic. It's absolutely amazing. It was terrific.
Oh wow, it won 2.
You would have thought that it was a what's his name? The guy
Tarantino?
That Tarantino movie.
Yeah.
You would have thought it was a Tarantino.
You knew it wasn't whenever it wasn't no N-words.
Yeah.
He would have been saying it.
Yeah.
Let me act and say it.
You know what? Part of the reason I think that There Will Be Blood was my favorite, it was the fact that, and I know I just jumped in on that, but I was at game design school and I was taking film class.
Yeah.
And we had to go actually dig and find something artistic, and that had just come out.
Okay.
I watched it like every day.
It was look. I thought Daniel Day-Lewis in Gangs of New York was a fantastic movie.
Bill the Butcher.
Yeah. That was a fantastic movie. All right.
The Harder They Fall.
Harder They Fall. That's what it was.
Yes.
That was so good. All right, pick one.
And it's a new one called Concrete Cowboys. I should watch too.
Yeah, that's coming out.
It's the Julius Caesar stab coin up for auction.
Oh yeah, this is pretty interesting. Gold coin minted to celebrate Julius Caesar's assassination is expected to fetch $2 million at auction.
They only made one?
Et tu, Brute? No, they minted many of these, but it was 2,000 years ago that they were minted. They just haven't.
Okay,
Yeah.
the way you phrased it, I thought there was like a rememorative coin, like 2,000 years later.
Yeah.
Et tu, Brute?
Et tu, Brute. A 2,000-year-old coin called the Ides of March coin depicts the significant motif on each side. Now, one side bears the face of Caesar's assassin Brutus, with the inscription BRVT IMP or
and his
Brutus.
23 friends.
Yeah, Imperator. Imperator. The other side displays 2 daggers, a liberty cap, and the inscription EID Mar, which is short for Ides Martis or Ides of March. And in case your school was sensitive to incidental race theory from the 1st century BC, and you didn't want to know there had been white on white crime at the time,
Yeah.
that was a thing for many years. Yeah,
y'all started off fighting each other.
The Romans weren't white
and then
people.
and then black people just took it over.
The Mediterranean.
We'll take this shit up.
Yeah. After
fighting with neighbors.
So after leading a group of Roman senators to assassinate Julius Caesar on March 15th, 44 BC, Marcus Junius Brutus minted a coin to mark the occasion. Now, one of these coins is set to be auctioned by the Pneumatic Arx Classica. Basically, they expect it to go for millions of dollars. One single gold coin to go for millions of dollars.
Yeah, when is that old?
Yeah, and I'm not suggesting murder, but I'm not suggesting murder either. Putin is one man, and he's got a circle.
A2 McConnell?
Yeah. His inner circle represented by several that would feel less financially constrained if the invasion into Ukraine were over. I'm just saying. So what would it take to
The Russians have done it before.
Yeah, we've seen
They're
czars
petty.
fall.
Yeah.
We've definitely seen some czars fall.
Yeah, Rasputin keeping your children under control with heroin.
And then you know what? 2,000 years from now, whoever the hero of that is, could have a coin, or after, as soon as it happens, he could have a coin minted with his face on one side and 2 Kalashnikovs.
Can you imagine like a Brutus just comes up and stabs him, and Caesar's like, "Hey, to Brutus," and he falls to the ground, and Brutus looks at the rest of the Senate, and he's just like,
"Where were you guys at?"
Well, I don't care if he's dead. You all are stabbing him too. I'm not going to look like a dick here.
Yeah.
We handed out swords.
So what dollar bill would you be? Or change would you be?
I'd be the 20. I want to be the 20.
You want to be the $20 bill?
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I'm probably $2 bill.
Damn, I was gonna say the Clemson too.
Clemson 2? What is the Clemson 2?
They come out with Clemson 2s.
Really?
When we win national
They
championship.
put a stamp on it.
That's right.
Oh.
That happens usually.
It's not legal tender.
So the
I mean, you can sell it.
I don't.
That's like getting $1 million bill with your face.
It's an NFT. It's the first NFT.
Is it? It was the
Technically.
first NFT?
In its kind, technically. Think about it. A $2 bill that changes in value.
Is it non-fungible?
Are you talking
because
about the
can't-
one where like people just stamp the orange tiger paw on
That's
it?
right.
I got to pass.
Come on, man.
I got to pass on that one.
Come on. Think about it. The first original NFT.
We'll give Clemson University credit for kudzu.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Asshole.
What is this fucking viney plant that's invading my neighborhood? Clemson's like,
Why is it I literally burn it away and it keeps coming back?
yeah.
It's like crabs.
They did make it. That's like where they started.
They
growing.
invented kudzu in
They didn't
Clemson?
invent it. That's how it got here.
Oh, through Clemson.
That's what I understood.
Really?
Yeah, because they're agricultural school. They were trying to see what strains they could make of it and stuff. And
Oh.
use
You think
it.
they're proud of that?
so,
like-
me fact
Just like
checking.
we're proud of our national championships. How many Georgia Tech got? We'll talk about it later.
How many national
They got-
championships
they got
Georgia
a
Tech got?
few,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like 16 or
We're
17.
talking about
I think
recently,
I
sir.
think they have more than y'all.
We're talking about recently, sir. I was talking about recently.
No. You can't. As long
Yeah.
as there's been a national championship, you can't.
You talking about when y'all had the leather helmets?
That counts.
They have
Y'all
the
had-
winning record
y'all-
too. I don't think we can really shit on Georgia Tech too much.
I know.
You can't.
He had to Google it because he's not a real Georgia Tech fan.
No, I had to Google it because
Well, that's like North Carolina has the
Because
record over
I know
us.
how many I
North
got.
Carolina has the record on us in football. They ain't beat us since I've been fucking born, maybe once or twice.
how many national championships does
Clemson got. We got two.
Two. So claimed national championships we have 4.
Leatherheads.
Unclaimed we have 3. Conference titles we have 15. So
Clemson might have you there.
Yeah. Well, don't talk
yeah,
conference
but
with me.
But they,
You won like the ACC 10 years in a row.
I'm just saying.
It's easy. We beat you for like 5 of those years.
I mean, but you didn't win in the SEC like you were supposed to.
Neither did y'all.
Every national championship was won against the SEC team
Was it?
from us.
Yeah.
Alabama
Yeah.
and
LSU.
and LSU.
Well, LSU beat them.
Oh, that's right.
No, we're talking about 81 when we won.
Oh, that was the 4th year.
That
can't
wasn't
count.
an
He
SEC
cheated.
school y'all played.
Are we counting that as a championship?
I thought y'all.
You have to.
Yeah,
Who
but
the hell did y'all beat?
didn't he? How much money did he fork out to get as many players as he
Yeah,
got?
So that's 3.
y'all almost got.
That's
the
3
best.
national championships.
All right.
No,
well,
dude, you have
that's 3 out of the 7 that Georgia Tech have.
I'm just saying we got 3. South Carolina, how many
Wait,
you got?
do they have 3?
Yeah. Deshaun and Trevor.
So there's 3. There is
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, it's 3.
There's 3. There's 3.
Well, I mean, okay. So South Carolina.
How many y'all got?
Has none.
And we almost had one, but Navy ruined it.
Y'all got a Heisman.
We do. We got a Heisman.
There's Heisman.
We have 2 national championships in baseball.
Hey,
And a
Clemson.
runner-up.
Clemson did finally get a player from the NFL that played at Clemson into the Hall of Fame recently. So they've got one Hall
Was
of
that
Famer.
Hopkins?
I don't know who it was.
No, it wasn't Hopkins. Who was it?
I don't remember. Who it
I thought
was.
Refrigerator
You look
Perry
at it,
was in
man. You'll remember everything else. If it was a Georgia Tech person, you'll remember the name.
I couldn't tell you.
You didn't write it down?
Hey,
No, of course not.
South Carolina women's basketball. They're gonna win the national.
Oh, yeah, they're
championship.
winning.
They're
They're
gonna
winning.
win. They're gonna win.
Knock on wood, because I don't want to mess them up.
Hey, if South Carolina baseball plays everyone who's ranked, we'll win because we can beat number 1 and number 4, but we can't beat Presbyterian. Or
It's just how it
Citadel.
goes. Do you know how y'all do?
Let me.
That's
ask-
just like football.
Our midweek pitching is awful.
yeah, that's true. Before we go to break, how did they do against Vandy this weekend?
We won.
They won the series.
Yes.
So they took 2 games out of 3.
Lost the first, won the next 2.
That's not bad.
And beat
ultimately,
Texas. That's
I
it.
got to be honest. I fully believed that Vandy was going to come and sweep them, and y'all were going to be looking for a new coach.
No, we only get beat by PC and Xavier.
Y'all let the little schools win.
Well, it's because they save the arms for the big games, and then midweek they're like, "We got the 2 kids from Chapin. Yeah, go ahead and start them." And they literally do, and they're not bad. I'm not shitting on my guys.
Of course.
Yeah.
But they're not. You're Presbyterian. The game before got beat like 34-6,
Yeah.
like something like that.
Yeah.
You can't let a team who just got beat 34-6
Yeah,
come in and clown
that
on
is
you.
that is disappointing.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Bad coaching, man.
That's all right. Take what you can get.
I think they let the arms. They save the arms for when it counts. That's all I can think of.
That counts. That's all.
It's a nicer win, but it's not getting you.
But the
anything.
weekend wins are what gets you moved up and down in the rankings.
Yeah, I mean they matter. They definitely matter.
All games matter.
But imagine if we didn't lose 3 out of the 4 or whatever it was.
Right.
Midweek games, you'd be looking a little prettier.
Yeah, you'd probably be in the top 40.
Yeah,
top 40, which would
inevitably
get
that
you.
would get us ranked. I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about like in the top 25. Period.
Well,
losing to Clemson did not help.
No,
that was a sweep. There was no excuse for that until I think they had to find arms.
And well,
that's what it was.
Yeah, well, and they couldn't find any runs either. Like
no,
Bear found the peanuts though.
I did, and you enjoyed the peanuts.
I did.
That was telling us our time is up.
Oh.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. This is the All About Nothing podcast. All right, Nothingers, I want to cue you in about a friend of the pod, Blank Canvas Brand. If you own a business or restaurant and the time has come to build that unique brand, you have got to get a hold of Blank Canvas Brand. Blank Canvas Brand specializes in brand identity, including logos, business cards, flyers, and anything else to promote your business. And now, Blank Canvas Brand offers printing services to help with your clothing needs, including sports teams. I can tell you from our own experience, Blank Canvas Brand is responsible for our logo, as well as the Bowl of Duty bowling team logo, and we couldn't be happier with what's been produced. For more information, you can search Facebook for Blank Canvas, or you can email Blank Canvas at theallaboutnothing.com. That's BLNKCANVS at theallaboutnothing.com. You can find links in the Friends of the Pod section of our website. Visit theallaboutnothing.com. Hey everyone, I want to take a quick moment to mention one of our new sponsors, thepaintedmoment.com. That's thepaintedmoment.com. Check this out. Have you ever taken a photo with your phone or digital camera that would look amazing as a watercolor canvas painting? Well, now there's a website ready to take your photo and turn it into digital painted moments. This is how it works. Visit thepaintedmoment.com, follow the instructions, and your digital photo will be enhanced and returned to you with links on where you can have an image printed to canvas or whatever else you'd like to do with it. We've already got a couple of these enhanced photos hanging around the house, and trust me, you'll love what comes out. Thepaintedmoment.com. Create a painted moment in time from your digital photos. Thepaintedmoment.com. Seriously, check them out today. Thepaintedmoment.com. What is a vaccine? What is a virus? What is a mask? What's a Sasquatch? These are all valid questions, and to answer them in one breath, prevention, potentially deadly, potentially life-saving, and don't be stupid. Look, the coronavirus from 2019 has caused a global pandemic that continues to ravage our planet, leaving victims and survivors. But you can do your part. In the United States, as well as most countries around the world, the COVID-19 vaccine is available at little to no cost. Regardless of your politics, this virus has the potential to cause irreparable harm to you and vulnerable family members and friends. We have an opportunity through the efforts of medical science to balance the scales against this disease and its variants. And look, I don't understand how the vaccine works, even though I've heard it described countless times by countless experts. And even though none of that makes any sense to me, I do recognize that the money and effort spent on the vaccine has not been wasted. And it's not a global positioning transmitter being embedded in your arm. You're holding that in your hand, listening to this. So get the vaccine. Protect yourself. Protect your loved ones. Hell, protect the guy standing behind you waiting on his taco supreme and nacho fries. Let that be the reason his organs shut down. For more information, visit covid19.nih.gov for actual science information. We have to thank our sponsor, GOT Sound Studio, and its owner and operator, Dominique Stewart, better known as Neek the Geek. GOT Sound Studios offers a variety of recording experiences from music, voice, and instrumental recordings and production, as well as podcasts. GOT Sound Studio is located in Columbia, South Carolina, and operated by the most talented producer and engineer in the business. GOT Sound Studio is a Black-owned business. Bring your recording business needs here. You can find details on their Facebook page or by calling 803-243-2302 or emailing gotsounds@theallaboutnothing.com. That's gotsounds@theallaboutnothing.com. You can find links in the Friends of the Pod section of our website. Visit theallaboutnothing.com.
Hey, it's John Kosis, Broadcast and Media Relations Manager for the Columbia Fireflies. You're listening to the All About Nothing podcast.
All right, welcome back to the show. John Kosis. Baseball season starts 1 week from the day this podcast drops.
And we're waiting on our tickets, John. John
John owes you $20. Why does John owe you $20? Why does
Turn my mic on.
I'm sorry. Go ahead and tell your joke again.
Oh, John owes me $20.
Why does John owe you $20?
John knows.
And John owes us seats, man. We're waiting on him.
Well, I've got tickets to that first game.
And first pitch.
And our jerseys with our name on the back.
John's probably like,
that sounds
what
like
the fuck is that?
y'all got some phone calls to make.
Sounds like,
is what it
unless y'all
sounds
up in
like.
the bullpen, y'all better be happy I did that.
Yeah, Major League Baseball starts a week from the day this podcast drops, and then Fireflies start a week from Friday. Today, the day this drops. It's a little confusing. If you don't know, we've started recording on Wednesday nights, and we normally recorded on Sunday afternoons, but we moved to Wednesday nights because it kind of frees up our weekends.
Right.
And then the episodes will drop now on Fridays. So,
I mean, our girls only want to see us on one day, and that's Sunday. You know what I mean?
is that the only day?
Yeah.
Sunday at the Megadome.
All right.
The All About Nothing podcast are mud wrestling each other.
I have not picked one, so I'm going to go ahead and pick one.
I don't think I've picked one. Oh, I did.
Oh, here we go. We got trends. So we'll do 2 more of these, and then we'll get into the Trentspiracies.
So glad you gave it to me because you probably would never read out what I was trying to say.
Hold on, let me try and read it.
No.
No, let me try and read it.
Funny, let
I
him
wanna
try.
try
No,
it.
I'm not.
No,
Nah,
come
fuck
on.
that.
People,
Fuck that.
please.
People,
I think we need to name this segment People,
please.
please.
Listen, okay. Tyler Perry reveals that he uses the Madea voice during sex.
Oh.
That says more about his wife.
Yeah, I think
He
so,
doesn't
too.
have a wife.
What?
I don't think he's married.
So who's he having? Oh, okay. No,
They
I-
leave when that happens.
Yeah.
Hello.
So the
I'm
first time,
inside you.
all it took was the first time, and she was out. Was that? Well, he was out, then she was out. Oh,
That's fucked up.
Ain't that crazy?
Emotional
He said this?
damage.
It was just revealed. But yes.
Who revealed it?
I don't know.
He had to, or at least some girl was like, yeah, he dressed up as Madea and came in with the fake boobs and everything.
I gotta be honest. That is disturbing.
Hello.
So, like,
Why would that be disturbing? It's like drag shows almost.
no.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I
in a
feel
way.
like that. I feel like
straight
that's
women
different.
be wanting to do
If
something.
he
to these
shows up,
gay
if he
dudes.
shows up at the hotel
Trent.
with the
telling you what's
prostitute
happening.
wearing the Madea costume,
If a chick was like, hope you don't mind, or you're just getting it on, and she goes, I'm going to do Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice while we're doing it. Is that
That'd be
cool with
crazy.
you guys?
You're crazy.
She's
I wouldn't
"Get
say
in
no.
here, do this.
I wouldn't say no at
Hold
first.
you
Like,
wouldn't
all
say
right.
no to a guy doing the Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, I
voice.
said you said a girl.
Oh,
I
a
said
girl. Yeah, you did say a girl. Sorry.
He tried to cross me
The
up.
whole time,
He tried to cross me up.
I thought that's where we were
No,
going.
no,
and
that wasn't. We weren't
Sorry.
going there. I crossed you back up.
I
No.
apologize before you get up and Will Smith slap me.
No, I'm not going to Will Smith snap you. I promise. I have some decency to wait till the cameras
Because
off.
if you will
I'll hold his arms.
if you Will Smith slap me, I'm expecting tears afterwards.
Okay, I can cry. I can cry for you.
So let me get this straight.
Uh huh.
So Tyler Perry has sex with a woman and does his voice
For the
his
Madea.
Madea voice.
When they ask,
They ask for
I'm
it.
pretty sure they asked. Yeah.
You didn't say that.
I mean, but
That's a weird kink.
for it
I'm
to
not gonna
come
kink
out,
shame anybody.
they have to ask.
So what
Tyler
section-
Perry is
No, unless it's like climax and he's like, hallelujah.
What section of Reddit is he going and looking for these women that specifically want to hear
You gotta
the
cite your
Madea
source on
accent?
this.
Nah, man, it don't gotta set my. Oh, to be honest with you, the source that came from this came off another podcast, so it's just.
So Tyler Perry was on a podcast and admitted that he
No,
only has,
this was admitted on the Andrew, not on the Andrew Schultz, but on the different podcast that I listen to. It's
Oh,
called
okay.
the Joe Button podcast.
Oh, Joe Button. Yeah.
So Joe Button, yes, this was revealed.
Do we think that when Tyler Perry was quote unquote consoling Will Smith, he's like, you gotta calm down, Charles.
Do you think he just goes around doing the Madea?
We're like, sit
the
your ass
Madea-
down,
He just does the
Tyler Perry,
Madea
I'd be like,
voice.
do the voice.
Yeah. Here's a nickel.
But you got to think about it. You're rich enough that Tyler Perry doesn't have to do the voice. You're not about to walk up to Tyler Perry and be like, hey, do Madea right now.
I feel like
for
at
you.
this point it's probably appropriate to walk up to Tyler Perry and
Fuck
be like,
no,
hey,
he's probably like, he's too rich to even see you.
I
thought
got
he
a
wasn't
$10
doing it
I got a $10
They
spot.
have to ask for it, and he has to be into it to do it.
No, but
Like,
I'm talking about. I thought that he wasn't going to do Madea.
Can we look and see
anymore,
if Tyler
he ended
Perry's
up doing it
on
alone.
Cameo? If Tyler Perry's on Cameo, I will pay the
Oh,
$20
I don't think he's on Cameo.
to have. You don't think so?
What's-
There are a lot of people on Cameo.
maybe on OnlyFans.
It's kind of the B-list and lower.
It doesn't
Pauly
matter.
Shore, yeah, he's there.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like
He's got a documentary coming about himself. They said it's really good.
That's very apropos for Pauly Shore, though. I love Pauly Shore.
Did you see him on Joe Rogan?
I did.
He seemed really sad.
The dude
I
seems
think he is a
depressed.
sad guy.
The last movie
No,
I saw him
like
in,
he was like depressed because he's like, last movie I was in was Adam Sandler, and he was like, I remember me being the star.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's like, hey, I used to be the star. Like,
yeah, but you know what? He fell off. It wasn't.
He was so big he had to fall off. That's what he said.
But it was kind of petty at the same time, though, wasn't it? Because he was like, I used to be the star.
But he
And
was
you were like,
typecasted for every movie to play the same role. That's what he fucked
was
up
Weasel
at.
every time.
Yes.
Wrote a lot of his own parts.
Yes.
That's the
did
movie
that
that
to
he shouldn't
himself.
done was In the Army Now, and I think
And
that
I
movie-
love
That was one of the best ones.
now.
I love it.
That was one of the best ones. He
Him
should
and,
not have done jury duty.
What's the black dude? Glover.
David Allen Greer.
David Allen Greer.
yeah.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
Him and Andy
That was
Dick
the funniest
and the
fucking
chick from
movie.
Free Willy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I learned it from my brother, the poor man. Instead of thanking his squad, he's like,
Yeah.
I'd like to thank my brother, the poor man.
It's a great movie.
I love it.
I Encino Man I thought was good. I think the weakest one of all of them was Son-in-Law was fantastic.
Yeah.
I think Jury Duty was the weak one.
Jury Duty. He said Jury Duty was the weak one. He's like,
yeah.
then I did Jury Duty, and he was like,
Yeah, that.
He's like, that ain't
And then
too
it
much.
came to a screeching. No, then he did Pauly Shore's Dead, and it all came to a screeching halt.
Biodome.
Which one? Yeah, Biodome.
right?
Biodome was
Yeah,
good.
that was good. I thought
but he
that one was good.
had to act with Stephen Baldwin.
Yeah, that's a tough spot.
That's a tough spot.
How do you-
But
that's
90s
hard to
Stephen
recover
Baldwin,
from.
he was still
Yeah.
okay.
That movie was
I don't think
basically.
so. I don't think he was.
He was definitely typecast
he
for
was
that
Barney.
movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Biodome
That's
was
crazy.
good, though.
Biodome was good. Yeah, Stephen Baldwin was weak.
Yeah.
Biodome was good. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna. So
We
before
went
the
down a
next.
Pauly Shore loophole.
Yeah, the Pauly Shore black hole. Before the next episode, I'm gonna find out if Tyler Perry's on Cameo.
Bus driver in the Goofy movie.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
You even got typecasted for a cartoon.
I mean,
That
He's
lets
the
you know.
weasel.
it's
Damn, that's
inevitable.
fucked up.
It's inevitable.
That's fucked up. They did that to that man. They
He
planned.
did it to himself.
He still goes. Like, I watched the movie more recently with him in it, and it was still. He wasn't exactly Weasel, but they made him a drug addict.
But his family does own the Comedy Store in Los
Yes.
Angeles still.
He was
Yes.
he was famous
That's-
before he knew
Like
who he was.
that was that, but that was so one of the things that
That was like you what you're trying to say is like it's almost like somebody gave him that to like thank his family.
He was comedy
basically.
royalty already.
No, like that's where every comedian in LA, like Pryor went there, Murphy went.
Yeah,
Everybody,
that's what I'm saying.
Everybody goes
I
through
think
the
that was the way of Hollywood showing love back. They're like, hey, we're gonna make somebody out of your family famous.
and
yeah,
I
but
think
he was funny too. That
Yeah, but we're like, we're only gonna do it but so long.
he
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he burned fast. That's what he said. He
Yeah.
burned fast.
I think part of what happened with Pauly Shore also is the fact that he did explode. I mean, he got huge. There was drinking, there was drugs, there was but I think also he recognized both of his parents who were running the Comedy Store. His mom, her health started going down, and he took over the day-to-day operations of the Comedy Store too. So that took him out
of the
of
picture.
out of the Hollywood limelight. And ultimately, he had to take responsibility for what his family has basically been running for the last 50 years, 40 years.
But Pauly Shore, awesome.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry, awesome.
yes.
Both of them, great.
How
do
did
you
we get
think-
on? Hold on, we got
I mean,
on.
it's the voice. So do you think girls ask Pauly Shore to do the weasel? Come
I
on.
hope so.
You know it has to happen.
I hope so.
I'm
Come
gonna
on.
jizza.
Yeah.
All right. So before the next episode, I'm definitely going to see if I can get Tyler Perry if he's on Cameo, see how much it would cost to get Tyler Perry to do Madea.
We just take a quick trip down to Atlanta, go find the Tyler Perry compound that he does have.
biggest.
We have to have access to be on there. It's like a state.
It's the
You
largest.
just gotta say please. If I learned anything from Jurassic Park, it's please.
That's good.
They're going to say, please get the fuck off my lawn. Get the fuck out my property.
He answers hello. I'm like, God damn it, he's doing the voice already.
Let me tape it.
Zach, you want to pick the next one?
No, it's not going to be one of mine because they're both here.
Yeah, they're both there. This will be the last one. Then we'll get into conspiracies. So,
Conservative orgy, anyone?
please tell us about the conservative orgy. I guess having you pick probably was less appropriate because then you had to go and you had to pull the article up.
So this is from the Daily Beast, and this did happen. I actually listened to the audio clip before all this, and I was like, "That's weird." So this guy, it's Madison Cawthorn, representative for North Carolina. So he has bizarre DC orgy claims, and it says names, but it doesn't really name names.
Okay.
Oh, that's a shame.
So it's Madison Cawthorn, North Carolina Republican, went on a podcast and alleged that some of his Republican colleagues in Congress are orgy-frequenting degenerates with a fondness for hard drugs. Members of the House GOP had a simple response Tuesday. Name names.
He did not name names. You know, Mitch McConnell and Ted Cruz are in on that.
Man, you don't think
Allegedly.
You don't think the people at the White House are not like Wolf of Wall Street right now?
You mean with the drugs?
With the money and the drugs.
Okay.
They probably walked into the White House and it's
Throwing little people?
What?
They're probably doing all that, man. You remember they did that on Wolf of Wall Street?
Yes.
They threw little people. Like, they threw them.
See, and that's a shame because my story actually had to do with a dwarf.
So part of this
Because
guy,
he's got dwarfism.
Yes.
Not because he's little.
the 26-year-old colleague from North Carolina would suggest that lawmakers, quote, leading on the movement to try and remove addiction would do a key bump of cocaine in front of you. Or that people I've looked up through my life in Congress had invited him to a, quote, sexual get-together at their homes. As Cawthorn told the Warrior Poet Society podcast.
There are way too many men in the Republican Party in the Senate.
Yeah.
They asked Jim Jordan. He goes, I don't know anything
Blackburn.
about that.
What other
They're all
Collins.
He mentions that they're all average age 60.
Yeah,
it's gross.
That's fair. Yeah, that is pretty gross. It's like a Roman bath. Just old white guys.
I didn't even have to put a blanket on. I was covered in skin.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine being the guy that had to tell Ted Cruz, be like, no, not today, Ted.
Special Car's like, I got a special party going on. Everybody's like, come on over.
Hey, tell your buddy that's the water he should be testing.
the bathhouse at the Congress.
Facts.
I want to know
Capitol.
if it's anyone.
It's definitely like Vegas.
It's 100% ex-wrestling coach for Ohio State, Jim Jordan.
Oh, for sure.
He definitely was the one to be like, listen, we're gonna fuck. And you want to come?
Yeah, for sure.
He's like, I mean that literally and figuratively.
Jim Jordan. Allegedly. We have to say allegedly.
Oh, I quoted it. This is the Daily Beast article. Cawthorn
should have named names. Why wouldn't he name names?
I think
because you know why
wheelchair as well?
They would have killed him.
Is he? I don't know.
They would have killed that man.
He might be the one. You think so?
Yes, man.
We're talking about a bunch of 60-year-old white guys
that have hitmen on standby.
Yeah, but they're wearing themselves out at this orgy.
They're not all the Koch brothers, so
Koch.
We don't know that.
They might be the Koch brothers. According to Cawthorn, they're doing key bumps.
Yeah, that's fair.
We're not passing shit.
Well, we already know that.
Yeah. We don't get out of here.
Did we talk about Ketanji Brown Jackson?
Yes.
Jackson Brown last week? Okay, just making sure.
And officials are in talks with Britney from the WNBA, so they say she's okay.
Good. I hope.
That's what I heard from ESPN.
She got arrested for drug possession.
Yeah, it was a freaking weed pen.
Yeah.
Yes,
it
oil. It wasn't even the real flower.
Man. Crazy.
They want to give her 10 years.
Yeah.
They're just making a show of it, though, right?
Well,
during war,
the allegations made her seem like a mule.
Like,
the U.S. knows not to jump in because they like, hey, we'll
need
kill
Britney
her.
Back.
Well, we have prison. We have a pilot of theirs. We have a bunch of people of theirs, and they have people of ours. It's kind of like
and almost everywhere in the world where these oligarchs have their ships, like they literally they have like people that are crawling onto their ships now, and like in some places they're trying to sink their ships.
Bro, did you see the vice land of Ukraine?
Yeah,
that shit was horrific, bro.
Yeah, it's
horrific,
crazy,
bro.
It's
like,
goes down. That's
bro,
awful.
they bombing like they don't care who's in the building.
No, absolutely not. And they're doing it without any sense of what it's going to affect, which is ultimately why I think that this whole thing is Putin's ego is just.
But that's what I'm saying. He was being investigated for war crimes. Okay, usually if somebody's being investigated for a murder in South Carolina and they're black, usually they investigate and then they act on the person.
Right.
Like we know where he's at.
Dude,
why haven't anything happened? I'm just trying to understand.
We can't get to him.
They had that mayor.
That's crazy.
The mayor whose brother is the UFC fighter, and they're
right.
they both are fighting. They had him on camera, and the person's asking him in English. They're like, Putin says they're only bombing military targets, and he's like,
lies.
The building that is blown up right beside them, that in the city, he's like, that look like military target to you?
Yeah, it's
and it's like right there. It's fucking right there,
bruh. Apartment buildings are, bruh, in the Vice land, bruh. It's fucked up. Like
Russia is doing what Russia does, and that is it happened in
doing
Syria.
What the fuck
it
they
happened in Afghanistan. It is basically Russia comes in and just lays waste to everything. It doesn't matter whether it's civilians, doesn't matter whether it's military, it doesn't matter whether it's even their own people.
Well,
they will
and then
literally kill their own soldiers.
Yeah,
and be like, well, they shouldn't have been there.
And they have there's a weird, quote unquote, withdrawal happening where they're moving from one side of Kiev,
right?
And that's alarming.
Yeah.
Because you're basically, what I'm thinking is they're going to blow half of the damn city off the map.
It could be. I hope not, but you're absolutely right.
That's crazy.
I don't.
But you know what they're saying? They're saying that Ukraine has one of the biggest white supremacist groups.
That's a lie. That's what. That's the whole Nazi
true,
thing that he was propagating.
Yeah, that's what Putin was saying, was that he was gonna clear the Nazis of Ukraine, and it's like, well, the president of Ukraine is Jewish.
Yeah,
it's hard to believe that he's not. He's a Nazi.
Yeah,
it's just based purely on what Nazism is.
I mean, but if we're talking about undercover spy, that would be the greatest. Like the greatest. You know what I'm saying? That's like what was it? Inside Man. Remember Inside Man? And it was the Jewish guy that did a deal for the ring.
Oh, dude, no, he goes in and steals all the gold because.
But the old man wanted the ring.
Right.
Yeah. He wanted all the Jewish gold, which he built the whole bank from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, there's bad people in Ukraine, but that has nothing to do with why. He's invading.
Yeah,
maybe, man. You never know.
There's bad people everywhere.
Of course.
I'm hoping. I'll just say this. I'm hoping that we will see. So one of the things that Ukraine is doing is they are basically conceding almost everything that Russia is asking for in order to get this war finished, to get it done. He's already conceded that he will go with neutrality. He will not try to go into NATO. He's already said that Russia can control some of the property or some of the land that they've already taken. Like he's literally giving it, but they just continue to come and come and come. So
they want the whole state.
I think in the end, that is what Putin thinks he deserves. Is he deserves Ukraine?
Yeah.
So all right, conspiracies.
Let's get to it, man. We're gonna start off a little light, man. Is Kanye gonna be mad that Will Smith stole his style?
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Do you think? Well, I mean,
Kanye is right now feuding with a comedian, which if he wants to go somewhere and get on the stage and slap him, if anybody's not gonna get stopped.
You don't think Kanye would get stopped?
Kanye is not getting stopped by anybody.
He's not gonna slap any comedian because
he's gonna not any comedian.
Just Pete Davidson.
Just Pete Davidson. He's only after one.
I gotta be honest.
Pete's gonna throw hands.
And I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way.
Leverage.
I don't know what it is. I don't get the sense that Kanye fights his own battles. Like, I get the sense that Kanye, because of the amount of money that he has, he just sends other people to fight for him. Well, he just seems like the guy that sits on the couch and watches.
He is, because a guy that did a podcast with Adam 22 said, his name is Watt 100. He said that Kanye West told him and his guys, because they're from LA, not to touch Pete Davidson. So it was definitely a chance that it could have happened a long time ago, because Pete Davidson's in LA. But
every video, like paparazzi wise, that I see of Kanye, he's the nicest dude in the world to everybody.
He's very friendly. And I think that's probably who he actually is.
As long as you got his camera angles right. Like, he's like, don't be all up on me.
But it's not that. It's not just that. I think with Kanye, I think Kanye is a decent guy.
I do too.
I think as a human being goes, the problem is there are demons at work.
100%.
And
all
they
of
are
us.
uncontrolled.
But
with Kanye, they are uncontrolled. But
sometimes I think he's just a little simple, and not in like the worst way.
Yeah, but Dominique and I talked about this. I think that part of what makes Kanye so unbelievably talented, and he is those demons. It's that crazy that gives him the drive and the material and everything to put out what he does.
He 100% believes in himself, and
he should,
yeah.
because he is amazing.
No, that's what I'm talking about. I admire that quality.
If you see that Netflix show that's on about his life, you will know why, because his mom instilled that in him. She's talking to him like, "Hey, baby, I know how you feel about that, but you just got to brush that off because you're the person."
I don't think she did that just because he is her son. I think because he is that talent.
I mean, but she was a teacher too, right? So she used to tell the kids, the same thing probably, but your own son, man, you really got to instill it, because she realized at a young age that she wasn't going to be here forever. So she was like, okay, let me instill in him what nobody else on this planet will be able to, other than me.
So let me ask you this question. If Kanye mentally were to get under control, would he be as talented?
Probably not. He'd be boring.
You think so?
Because the meds will take it away.
Him on lithium, and then he'd be like
I'd rather just somebody just go even with people.
He's not hurting anybody, right?
Yeah,
no,
even with people with dementia, right? So let's say dementia, for them to be on medicine on top of having dementia, I feel like
it turns them into zombies.
Yeah, that's horrible. So just let that person just live out. He's gonna act out, but Kanye, he's going to games, he's going to other places. He's not doing stuff crazy. I told you that
whole story about he invited Seth Rogen and his wife into his van that was a mobile studio and was like,
yeah.
And then it's gonna go like da da da. Dude, I'd be sitting there like, I am fucking in the van with Kanye West, and it's been 5 hours. Yeah. That's the crazy part, but it is amazing. I'm having a great time.
And we say all of this.
Say that in Seth voice.
We say,
Kanye, I love the album, but I have to take a shit. He's like, don't worry, I got a toilet in here right there. I'm gonna really blow it up. I'm gonna crack the sliding door and I'm gonna crap a deuce.
Speaking of shit, I'm gonna let that blend over to the other one. So we're gonna this is really a fucked up story, man. Barry, you're gonna love this after your jokes from last week, okay?
Why is
it death?
Yes.
Married.
In 1987, a ghost hunter went inside to investigate a haunted house.
Okay.
That was supposedly haunted. After the investigation, he had a mental breakdown, quit his job, and retired. No one knows what he saw inside the house that day. Barrett might be the guy.
You think me?
You quit your job. You
No, I quit my job because the guy I worked for was an asshole.
Yeah, of course, like we all do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, ain't that crazy?
Allegedly, he was an asshole. My opinion is he was an asshole.
You want to know the thing that's creepier than the haunted house videos? Have y'all seen the videos of the people who go into abandoned mines and caves?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're just like, bro, your flashlight don't even hit anything.
Facts. I'm not going down that hole.
You got to check out one of the episodes of Status Macabre. They talked about the what is it? It's the cave. It's oh my gosh. What's the stuff you played with as a kid?
Play-Doh?
No, not Play-Doh. The stuff that would bounce. You could put it on newspaper and it would
the
silly putty. Yes, is the putty mine.
Yes.
They talk about the putty mine. This basically, which is now entombed. They basically turned it into a tomb because a guy went down there and never came back out. But it's
closing it up.
Did he get stuck in the putty?
Yeah, essentially he couldn't get out.
Damn.
But yeah,
we're gonna go ahead and close the door.
And I got to be honest, I did not do that story any justice. So you'll have to check out that episode of Status Macabre. That was
Here we go.
Okay, do y'all want to go more depth? I'm gonna give y'all a choice. Do y'all want to go more depth or jokey?
Do it. No.
Jokey.
You want jokey? Okay. In 1948, a man wore 30-pound, 3-toed shoes and stomped around Florida beach during the night. People were convinced it was a massive penguin or some similar creature roaming the area. He kept up the prank for 10 years, visiting various beaches. The host wasn't revealed until 40 years later.
That's commitment.
That's the guy's shoes.
And I thought it was a giant penguin.
And no one ever caught him?
He would do it at night. He just walk because you see people walking on the beach, but you don't know.
No, I'm usually on the beach
you
at
don't
night.
look at their shoes. You can't see people's shoes at night. You know what I mean? That's crazy, right?
That's great.
You would see the guy walking like goosh. Like,
30 pounds
that's
shoes.
just Bob.
Yeah, that's heavy.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Did he just recently come forward and be like, "That was me"?
I'm not sure. This is a conspiracy Instagram, so it just updates me every week.
That reminds me of the story. Maybe y'all heard of it. The guy who walked backwards back in like the 20s.
Yeah.
All across the U.S.
Yeah.
And he's like, people are gonna love it. No one was like, get the fuck out of here, crazy guy walking backwards.
Isn't it easy to walk forward?
Yeah, like people were like,
oh no, backpedaling was pretty easy because I was a BD. I mean,
well, like he had to like note down how
BB.
long it took, and then he'd be like, okay, I can turn around now. Like I've logged off. I can turn around for a night, go to sleep, walk.
But if
in.
you walk backwards, you'll build your calves up.
That's fair.
They showed a picture of his legs, and it looked bad. It wasn't right.
It was like
like a damn.
It was like the guy from the movie about the pool with the lady in the pool or whatever.
Yeah.
He only worked out the one side of his body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look like that. Like
yeah, real big. Yeah, what was the lady in the water?
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
That was a
All
weird
right,
movie.
last one. Let's get back nasty. In 1948, the owner of a diner in a small town in Iowa ran out of meat on a busy day. He killed his waitress.
Oh no!
This is
Cooked
Texas
her.
Chainsaw 3.
He killed his waitress, cooked her. He fed her to all the customers, and then got sentenced to first-degree murder.
That's the plot of
12
Texas Chainsaw.
12 people got severe illness from this same
From
thing.
eating human?
Yes.
Am I crazy? It's either number 2 or number 3 where that's like why Leatherface killed him. It was to make the chili, and everyone was like, "It's the best chili ever."
I'd have to look at. Yeah, I can't remember, but
That's
it
fucking
does sound
stuff.
Isn't that
familiar.
crazy?
You know, there's people out there that have still not gotten caught and probably done shit like that. What if you ate a human sandwich?
Yeah.
I mean, I think McDonald's is doing it to us every day.
Quit eating McDonald's.
Look,
I mean, it's all of them. I couldn't name them all in one thing, but it was just the biggest one.
They're just like, I hope you like. Do you like
I know.
Philly cheesesteak?
I know Taco Bell is doing it. I never trusted Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
And look at you, ready to defend.
Look,
He's like, oh, I like that.
No.
I like them toes.
You will not get a defense out of me for Taco Bell. Taco Bell feeds human beings one level above what they feed back to the cows. So
That's not true.
it's not. It's grade M beef, isn't it?
Keith's mom worked for Kraft as a bioengineer. Kraft
Yeah.
make a lot more than cheese. The grade of food in Taco Bell was actually higher than most fast food restaurants.
Really,
Wow.
man? Because McDonald's serves slime.
Yeah,
Their burgers are made from slime that's formed into
and
patties.
their chicken patties are just until within the last 15 years were just like we formed.
Yeah. It was a chicken slime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who likes people like, you want to know how hot dogs are made? I'm like, do I give a shit? No. You could show me from start to finish, and I've seen it, how it's made. I'm like, I still eat it. They're delicious.
I will say this about Taco Bell. Clearly, the Taco Bell engineers that are building the burritos have no idea what food placement is when it comes to like ingredients.
Well,
because
it's the other
because
stuff.
it's basically you get a squirt of beef here, you get a squirt of salsa here, you get a squirt of beans here, and then they take and they fold it and they roll it up. So your first bite is nothing but beef. The next one's cold sour cream.
Yeah.
Then you get a hunk of tomato or lettuce.
Well, Barry,
crunchy rice.
That just means they're not making it with love, man. You know what I'm saying?
I think they're not making.
See, but when you go to like Moe's and you eat one of their burritos,
Exactly.
you're like, where's the trash? We need the trash.
You ever ate at Madea's? That was downtown. It was pretty good. They used to have good ones too.
There's Mexican restaurants I've been to. I'm like, let's go to Taco Bell. What is the soap tasting cilantro and the pico de gallo? I don't like any of that crap.
Really?
I hate all the black beans and stuff.
Man,
hate
I like
that's the
black
stuff.
beans
That's the
and
stuff I
stuff.
like. That's the stuff I like.
that.
Refried beans in it. That's good too.
Well, good episodes, guys.
Good
This is
episode,
number
man.
104,
Man, that's crazy.
isn't it? Episode 104.
We're getting up
Real
there.
quick, they do try to ship you out on TikTok when the Taco Bell employees will show you how they make the beans. I'm like, yeah, they're dehydrated.
Yeah, of course.
Still eating them.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, you make them with hot water. I don't care. I'm not
wish I
here
could-
for the culinary freaking like.
I wish I could buy that stuff for your price so that I can make it at home for myself.
Yeah.
Like if Chick-fil-A would give me their recipes, I wouldn't have to go there.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
when you buy the taco kits from Taco Bell at the grocery store, you go home and make them. You're like, it's not the same.
Yeah, facts.
I need the laziness and I need the over sour.
Like if
cream
you
over
get the Friday boneless wings in the freezer now,
Not the
Right.
it's not the same. Like,
Yeah.
bro, this is not the right. shit.
Friday's potato skins is not the same.
Not the same, man.
All right. Well,
But you know what is the same?
what is the same?
McDonald's fries until the end of time.
Yeah, regardless of when they were made or
McDonald's
when you
fries
reheat
versus roaches, man. Who will last the longest?
Sorry, hold on. McDonald's fries versus who?
Roaches.
What is roaches?
Like roaches, like
Oh, I see. I see. The fries will.
They'll probably look the same.
Nuclear
For life.
fallout. You'll have fries and roaches.
Yeah, when you play Fallout, the video
Name
game,
this
you're
episode
like, "Where are all
fries
the
and
French
roaches.
fries?" The rad roaches and bottle caps are all that are in there.
All right, so assignment for next week, I'm going to have to see if I can get Tyler Perry to do a cameo.
Man, that'd be crazy.
Wouldn't
If he
it?
says the All About Nothing podcast in that same thing, we're going viral.
I'm going to work on that.
Welcome to the All About Nothing podcast.
I'm going to work on that. As always, thank you, Neek the Geek, engineer and producer, owner and operator of GOT Sound Studio. Check out details on how you can utilize his talent and production expertise at gotsoundstudio.com. Thanks to Muff the Producer. You can follow him on Instagram at Muff the Producer. Thanks to Shiana Rivers for our intro and outro. Follow her podcast, Who You Callin' Holistic. As well, a thanks to Trent Clark, aka DJ Lonzo, currently entertaining the main course in Columbia, South Carolina, Saturday nights. Make sure to go by, have a good time. You can contact Trent for all your entertainment needs. Trent at theallaboutnothing.com and on Instagram at TheRealDJLonzo or by phone 803-262-7982. If you enjoy the show, consider becoming a patron by visiting our website and clicking on the link at the top of the browser. That will take you over to our Patreon page. You can find details on how you become a supporter. You can check out our benefits there or just consider a donation so that we can continue to bring you this nonsense. We enjoy doing it. We enjoy you enjoying it. As always, you can follow us on Facebook. Just search for All About Nothing US, on Twitter and Instagram at AAN_pod, or find links to all of our social media and available podcast platforms by visiting theallaboutnothing.com. If you'd like to be heard on the show, you may call and leave us a message, 803-672-0533. If the time between these episodes is too far apart, you can fill that time by checking out our partner podcasts. Zach and I host What the Pod Was That with Carrie Simmons, available on most of your podcast platforms. You can visit whatthepodwasthat.com for links and details. Carrie and Chrissy host Status Macabre on most of the podcast platforms as well. Find details at statusmacabre.com. As well, you can check out our own DJ Lonzo's Top 5, hosted by Trent Clark, available on most of your podcast listening platforms. Till then.
You didn't record that part, man.
Stay safe, everybody, and y'all
Have a week.
This The All About Nothing podcast is recorded live from the Maddie Johnson podcast studio at GOT Sound Studio in Columbia, South Carolina. The All About Nothing podcast is produced and engineered by Neek the Geek, owner and operator of GOT Sound Studio. To support the show, please visit theallaboutnothing.com for links to social media, merchandise, and more. Become a patron of the show by following the Patreon link at the top of our page. The All About Nothing podcast is an entertainment product of Beric Gruber. Special thanks to Zach King, Trent Clark, Muff the Producer, Neek the Geek, and you, our listeners. Please subscribe, rate, review, and share. If you're on YouTube, please hit the like button and the notification bell. Thank you for listening.